This is the Artist Cafe on WSKG. I'm Bill Snyder. The Cider Mill Playhouse is presenting a new play, When in Carthage, by Santino DeAngelo, and I'm pleased to welcome the playwright, as well as the director, Tim Mollen. It opens on September 15th and runs Thursdays through Sundays through October 2nd with 7:30 performances each night. Santino, what was the process of writing this new play like?
Hi, Bill. Thank you so much for having me. This play started back in January when I spoke to the artistic director, Gail Bellicourt, who had informed me that the Cider Mill was becoming an equity playhouse, which is a really awesome thing for young writers like me because it allows me to bring new work here and showcase it here in our community as it begins its process towards like a national exposure. So we talked about for a little while about what kind of play I might create for the Cider Mill this year, and we know the mill is loves farces traditionally, and so she asked me if I could come up with a farce that didn't take place in a hotel room. If I could find a farce that was a farce but was not that traditional, like 7 doors on stage. And so what I've come up with is a shipwreck with, and I know the director Tim will talk to you a little bit about how we're doing the shipwreck, but it's been a blast. It's like a math problem.
Give us a little bit of the plot.
Sure. So, basically, the oldest profession gets a new twist when there are 3 Roman sailors and they shipwreck on enemy Carthage because Carthage and Rome are at war. And they have to dress up and disguise themselves as courtesans to escape the clutches of the fearsome General Hannibal and find some true love along the way.
Now, I know you have a background in Roman theater. Are you channeling Plautus here?
A little bit. Plautus and Meander. I love that classic situational humor. And it really is. It's like a math problem that moves. So, as a writer, it's such a challenging thing if you change one thing in the second act, you have to go back to the first act and make sure everything else is aligned. And Tim will tell you we've gone through 3 or 4 drafts of the script even since we started rehearsals. So.
Okay, Tim, with the playwright here, tell us about the revisions.
It's really been a pleasure, actually, and our actors are such pros that they've really rolled with it. And with each revision, I think the play has gotten stronger, more focused, and funnier.
I think that's one of the best parts about working together. Like a writing process is so isolated for the first chunk of it. When you get into the room, now everybody has a voice. You get to this point where your actors actually know your characters better than the playwright do, and that moment is wonderful. Tim will tell you about just the other day.
They've each had questions for Tino. Why would my character be saying this at this point? Or, hey, did you think about the fact that these 2 characters haven't met yet, so they need to introduce their names? Technical things like that have really tightened up.
How many are in the cast?
7.
And since it's not in a hotel room with multiple doors, how do you get everybody on stage?
Well, this may be a first in that. So a traditional farce will have a bunch of slamming doors, 7 or 8, and mistaken identities and such. So this production, because of the requirements of the space at the Cider Mill, our wonderful set designer, Katie McGeorge.
She's brilliant.
Came up with a concept of kind of flipping the axis of the doors and having them most of the doors be trap doors. So we have a total of 6 trap doors as part of this set. So the stage is raised a bit and heads will be popping up out of these trap doors. I've described it to the cast as having kind of a whack-a-mole feel to it.
You must have a very nimble cast to be getting in and out of trapdoors.
Yes, we do. And they, very energetic, and thank goodness, because especially Act 2 is a lot of running around and getting in and out of costumes. Yeah. It's pure fun.
And mostly local, too, which is so great. It's been awesome to come home and try out my words on people that I grew up with. I know Josh Settlemeyer is playing the lead, and I've been crafting this role for him. And I love that I can do that at home. It's been such a special experience, and I'm hoping that I get to do this for years and years to come.
And other veterans that people in the community will know: Jessica Nogaray, Shannon DeAngelo, Tino's mother, and Marjorie Donovic, Chris Nickerson, Christopher Spare, who is our only non-local actor. He comes to us from Erie, Pennsylvania. Okay, I remembered my fellow redhead, Andrew Simic.
Oh, Andrew Simic.
Who's brilliant in this.
They're hysterically funny. We are really excited, Bill, to share new work with the community and help the community to continue to take new work so that our audiences actually will become adept at going, you know what, Santino, this is how you need to fix your play. And if I can do that here before I bring it other places, I'm the happiest person on earth.
Once again, you can see the new play, When in Carthage, September 15th through October 2nd, Thursday through Sunday performances at 7:30 each night in the Cider Mill Playhouse, 2 South Nanticoke Street in Endicott. For more information, you can call 607-748-7363. And my guests have been playwright Santino DeAngelo and director Tim Mollen. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.